The old Satan of video gaming Electronic Arts might be getting bought out, or EA themselves might be trying to get bought out. This is currently some very heavy-duty rumour mill-mongering shit going on here, as the original article that brought all of this up seemed to suggest that rather than EA being purchased, EA were the ones trying to get bought out. For what reason? We do not know. Money troubles, maybe? EA has not been doing particularly well as of late, so I could absolutely see it. Alternatively, maybe they are simply looking over at Activision Blizzard and going, yes, I too would like to be a billionaire. And hey, who can blame them? But the problem is that EA, they're not in the strongest of positions as of late, which, ironically enough, has nothing to do with their shady history. EA has been famed as I mentioned, the old Satan of video gaming for quite some time. It was the worst company, and for good reasons as well. EA has not seen a shitty business practice that they were not willing to wholeheartedly embrace. They had not seen a predatory move that they were not willing to press firmly to their loving bosom, and they have not yet met an inconvenience to the end-game user that they were not more than willing to double and triple down on. Despite this, however, over the course of the last half-decade plus or so, EA has actually been behaving fairly well, even going so far as to making some projects specifically to please their fanbase, like the recent Command & Conquer remaster, for example. That was pretty damn good, and yeah, if EA would simply just continue remastering all of the CNC games, I would imagine they'd have a pretty decent money source right there, but whether or not it's enough to keep EA alive, well, that's a bigger question, particularly considering some recent high-profile failures, and this is where the current weakness of EA comes into sharp focus, as they are currently in the process of losing the FIFA soccer license. That's a big deal, because EA Sports is what keeps the lights on over at Electronic Arts. It is their biggest moneymaker and a de facto license to print cash, as they do little more than release a slight roster update every now and then, perhaps a pinch of graphics, and maybe, if they're feeling particularly generous, a mechanic here and there, and they can sell you another full-priced video game. The problem was, however, that well, the license holders were starting to get a wee bit greedy, as it turns out, asking for more than double the original license fee, according to rumors, mind you, but let me reassure you as well, the license for FIFA was not cheap to begin with, and more than a doubling in the license fee. Oh, those margins are starting to look mighty starved, mighty quickly. But this, in addition to EA apparently being about to lose their Star Wars license as well, as their exclusive license runs out in 2023, and there is no current sign of it being renewed. That's a pair of mighty hammer blows coming one after the other, and worse yet, a lot of EA's big-name titles aren't really up to snuff anymore. Let's have a look at some of their big subsidiary companies, right? You've got DICE, obviously, the big one, the Swedish corporation, the owners of the Battlefield series, which Battlefield, at least on paper, in theory, is an enormous franchise, right? Kinda. The thing is, it's been failing massively as of late. It has not had a good Battlefield game in a very long time now, and a lot of people are starting to lose faith in DICE's ability to produce a good video game. We've got Maxis. That is probably one of their steadier meal tickets, as of course The Sims simply just keeps trucking along, whereas their other sim, like the SimCities for example, nowhere near as good, to the point where the release of the latest SimCity, of course, was a massive failure, and was ridiculously so outcompeted by the Paradox title Cities Skylines. You've got Respawn Entertainment with Apex Legends, another reasonable recent hit, and the Titanfall series, which has fallen into a bit of disuse, but not a dead IP, certainly. And Medal of Honor, again, in theory, it's a big name title, but in reality, not really. Codemasters, you've got Operation Flashpoint, you've got Overlord. There are potential there, but Overlord, yeah. No, Overlord hasn't had any recent video games, and if you tell me differently, I'm gonna find out where you live, just to make that perfectly clear, because I was actually quite fond of the Overlord series. They were stupid, fun strategy games, and the latest entry, well, didn't exist. Bioware, another, you would think, big meal ticket, but Mass Effect is not doing particularly well. Andromeda was a dumpster fire. BioWare's reputation is plummeting like a lead balloon, and Dragon Age 4 seems to be in some sort of development hell, with the only things emerging being rumours of mismanagement, drama, and all kinds of cockwobblery. And when you think about even like the old school stuff like Dungeon Keeper, yeah, to old people like me, Dungeon Keeper might be a big title, but to the kids, what the hell is Dungeon Keeper? What's that? What do you do in Dungeon Keeper? Well, you see, it's a highly exploitative mobile game. Yeah, EA's stable is not looking particularly good. There are far too many dead or dying franchises, making it rather difficult for a big name brand to sweep in and go like, oh yeah, this is good value for money. Activision Blizzard has World of Warcraft, it has Warcraft, it has StarCraft, it has Hearthstone. It's got successes after success, even though Overwatch is a bit of a wet fart. But EA, meantime, it's kind of a fossil of a bygone era in many ways. Theoretically, they could argue that they have again, potentially, a loyal user base with like Command & Conquer and stuff, but CNC, as much as I would absolutely cream my pants for a Red Alert 2 remaster, I have a sneaking suspicion that Apple, might not be quite as enthusiastic. Like, oh, there's like 2,000 people who love this video game. I'm sorry, we're operating on a slightly higher profit margin right here, honestly. Now, there's also rumors of a new Knights of the Old Republic thing in development, which might be kind of a big budget title, but yeah, that's pretty much my reaction to EA these days. And it's kind of difficult to argue against that. Maybe that is the precise reason why they're looking for a buyout. Whilst they still at least have some theoretical clout in the stable, they're seeing if they can't trick somebody to come along with a few massive money bags, deliver it on their doorsteps, and after which the leadership will go, "Bye," and run screaming out the door. Entirely possible. Yet, if we are to be a pinch optimistic for a moment here, EA has probably been in a little bit of dire financial straits for a while. As much money as their sports series prints, EA's a big company with a lot of subsidiaries that has been having a lot of misses as of late. And yeah, they can live on the reputation of their previous entries for a while, sure, but nevertheless, they might be in desperate need of a bit of fresh cash. And assuming they get it, maybe we will actually start seeing some more Command & Conquer games. Maybe we'll start seeing those remasters. It would be a absolutely excellent platform to launch new games off of. Alright, fair, you're losing FIFA, you're losing the Star Wars exclusivity license, but again, Command & Conquer, if handled correctly, could still be a massive game with a lot of free publicity, since even the game journals remember Command & Conquer, surely. Okay, maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but hey, I'm being optimistic here. And Operation Flashpoint, I have no idea how the licensing thing is there with armor and stuff. I'm assuming EA has the Operation Flashpoint title, since that still remains with Codemasters, right? God knows about that, but that might be a potential big one as well, since those were really, really cool. As Battlefield 2, never know, maybe the next one will be good. Which I feel like we've been saying for a while now, but still, the potential is always there, isn't it? And BioWare... Nah, BioWare's dead and gone, let's face it. looking at their latest entries, looking at their far more, they're straight up more interested in making political statements these days than they are making actual goddamn video games, so yeah, that's a liability. But hey, you could always sell them down the river, maybe strip the company or whatever interesting properties they have left. Surely you can squeeze out another Dragon Age or remaster Origins. Again, I think. You got nothing to lose there, huh? Yeah, still, it is an interesting change, if nothing more so than because it's one of the old titans being quietly sailed down the river to be sunsetted. It might have a glorious rejuvenation, might find the spring of eternal youth and come on back, or more likely, probably, we will be seeing some EA brand horse glue very, very soon. Do let me know what you think, though. Maybe I'm being overly pessimistic about EA's chances here, though. I really don't think so. We'll have to wait and see. Till next time, I have been Arch. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. Till then, have a good day.